Right, of course, because I should know who that is.
I don't care what you think.
It's
I'll tell you something that rubbed me right.
Felger and Mazz on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
James Hagens been brought up by the Bruins today. And the Red Sox take their first series of the year in a certain fashion that is going to have to be a template for them going forward. Let's see if they can stick to it. Take your calls on whatever you like. How about Carl in South Boston on the Sox? Go ahead, Carl.
Yeah, I'm just curious. I know the Red Sox have already put a lot on Roman Anthony, kind of crushing him early. I was just wondering, what are your thoughts on maybe, since they really enjoy trading their favorite players, sending him out of town for maybe a Paul Skeens package sometime down the road? Thanks.
Are you care to engage on this today?
No way, not in a million years. Again, you don't have enough hitters on your team right now. You want to trade away the guy that projects to be your best one for more pitching? I like Skeens too. But you have Garrett Crochet. You're not going to trade Anthony for a pitcher. I don't think. I mean, you want to trade someone else and go get yourself a number 2 starter, fine. They should have done that during the offseason. Jarren Duran, even Abreu if you want. I'd keep him, but whatever.
Matt in Braintree on the Vrabel story. Yes, Matt.
Full disclosure, Felger, I'm a green teamer, but I feel like you kind of need, like, why are you being so soft on Vrabel when this was Ime Udoka? You basically call him a sexual predator who couldn't keep his wank in his pants, and now it's just kind of like an afterthought story. Is it because Ime lost his job because of it, or I guess how do you reconcile that?
I'm just not sure why you would say it's been a throwaway story. We've spent most of the day on it.
Well, no, but you spent like a week, how awful of a human Ime was or whatever, and now, I don't know. I just feel like it's kind of like you don't seem to care as much.
We've spent most of the day on it, Matt. It happened last night.
All right, fair. All right, thank you.
Okay.
Well, the other thing is, Udoka's thing was with a team employee.
And it was announced with facing suspension. Like, it was way more drastic.
I just don't think we've gone ezy on Vrabel.
No, I don't either.
We've spent most of the day on it, bagging on the guy.
But part of the reason, look, when you're talking about in the workplace, literally working every day with someone and having a physical relationship with them, there is an intimidation factor that can come in with something like that, because sometimes the woman might feel, if I say something, my job's going to be in jeopardy. So when people talk about sexual predators, I think that's part of the thing they're talking about.
I don't remember even going there with Udoka. I feel the same way about him as I do Vrabel, which is, it doesn't make you the worst person in the world, and we're all human and we all make mistakes. But if you don't want to lose your job banging an office employee, then don't bang the office employee. And if you don't want to end up on page 6 of the New York Post canoodling with a reporter on the roof of a romantic getaway spot in the desert, then don't canoodle with a national reporter on the roof of a bungalow. You make your own bed, you lie in it. I think I said the exact same things about both. But never put it past the sensitivity of green teamers. Tommy in the car on the Bruins. Go ahead, Tommy.
What's going on, guys? Appreciate you taking the call. When it comes to the Bruins, I feel like the last couple of years, dating back 5 years, their power play, the zone entries have been horrible.
The worst.
Who's responsible for this? Is it Cam Neely upstairs? He's not hiring the right people?
No, they've
never been able to enter the zone the right way.
Okay, I don't know about ever, but it's been particularly bad this year, and it's usually the one of the assistant coaches is usually the power play coach. Is it Jay Leach? Kevin, do you know? Is it one of the coaches runs the D? One of the coaches is in charge of the power play. So it's one of those guys. They need to scrap that zone entry. They just can't do it. They cannot do it consistently. That power play at the end of the game last night was such a train wreck and such a killer, such a momentum killer. I blame Pasternak for a lot of it. He's just way too loose with the puck. If he's part of that drop back pass and then trying to gain the zone by stick handling with some speed, he gives it away too often. He's too irresponsible with the puck to trust with that play.
Steve Spot with 2 T's.
Okay, there it is. Spot is in charge of the power play. That guy.
The extra T for troublesome.
I'd say Spot sucks.
Spot.
Mike and Woburn, your thoughts on James Hagens? Let me guess you like it.
Why not?
Because you've turned into a Bruins honk, but go ahead.
Well, yeah, and you turned into a complete bitch about the Bruins ever since.
I've been the same. I've been the same. You've changed. You and I used to have so much fun bagging on the Bruins. mocking them and coming up with nicknames and teasing them and ripping them. And we used to have so much fun doing that, Mike. And somehow I think, like I said, I think they've turned you as some sort of influencer online. And I think they've turned you somehow.
Yeah, Mike.
Have you ever been to Ambiente in the Sedona?
Yeah, Mike, you've been a bitch on the officiator.
With Bruins personnel, Mike?
And have I been wrong, Tony? No, I haven't. And they're going on strike too. It's going to get even worse. No, Mike, they did this with Krug. Don't you remember with Krug? They signed, it was kind of like the deal for him to sign as a college free agent, not 1 year, but 2 years. They brought him up.
Right.
So
was he 18?
2 years on his deal.
Was he 18, or he had been in college for a little bit, hadn't he?
He's been in college for a little bit. I think he was 19 or 20 when they brought him up for his
Thank
first.
you.
They basically burned 2 of the first 3 entry level years for Krug. So I mean, and Hagens is down there in Providence with Tufte and Patrick Brown on the top line, or more recently Patras and Merkelov. So that's a little better. He's playing down in terms of skill-wise, honestly. Let's see what he has when he comes up and see what you got. What is there to lose, honestly? Because obviously him getting the deal, him getting called up was part of the deal with him signing.
Yeah.
So it's a sunk cost. So you might as well see what you got, right?
Fine. I mean, I'm not criticizing for the move. I'm just not
expecting anything.
I'm not expecting much, Mike.
No, and I'm not expecting much either. I think, but you want to see like a little bit of flash, like kind of what we saw from Lorai when he came up for the first year, without the precipitous decline in the next 2 years.
Well, there's a little bit of a biting Bruins take from you, finally.
No, I want to see what Lorai gave him, but without the decline.
Without the suck. Yeah, without the.
That's good.
Without what he became. I still like Lorai. Call me crazy on that.
He's improved.
I think
I don't know if he's good yet, but he's improved.
I think he's going to be one of these defensemen that just take time. Some of them take a long. Not everyone's Cale Makar, and not everyone just jumps right in and is the guy. Sometimes it takes a while, and I think he's going to be one of those guys.
His offensive skill's pretty good.
I think and he's big. And not that he uses it or that he's physical, but there's puck movers that are little fellas, and then he's a puck mover that's got good size.
Yeah, we said the same thing about Brandon Carlo for a time. Oh, that size.
He never moved the puck like Lorai did.
No, this kid moves it way
he's so
better.
big.
No, but Carlo, it's true. But listen, Carlo played in his own end, just soft. Lorai is someone who plays all 3 zones. Anyway, I'm just, we drafted him 7, so you got to put him in there. And, no, you don't. I'm the same way with the quarterbacks. Just because you draft a kid in the top 5 doesn't mean he has to play right away. And I don't think playing right away necessarily helps you. It can, but it doesn't. It does. I don't think it's one size fits all. And if he goes out there and gets his honker beat in, I don't know if it helps him. But anyway, you're all going to get to see him.
I'd put him on the second power play.
Yeah, you might. Yeah, absolutely. That I would definitely do.
I'd put him on the right wing side, just like they put Pasternak and Geeky on the left.
I would definitely put him on the
this
power
kid can
play.
shoot the puck.
Yeah, that's it.
That's his reputation. He can shoot.
I'm not putting him on the PK. I'm not putting out there against.
No.
You know what? I'm not doing that thing.
No, and he's creative too. I mean, he's a playmaker. He's a point producer. He should be anyway. But I'd put him on the power play on the right side.
Back to your calls right after these words.
Now, more of Felger and Mazz. Now, on the Sports Hub.
Now Carolina comes back the other way. Blake sends it across far circle. Shot blocked by Peak. Rebound score. Peak blocked the initial shot, but it came right back to Taylor Hall. And Carolina makes it 5-3.
They got to be thinking about Korpisalo. In fact, I think they're going to go to him right now. But this is off the rush. The pass is through the seam from the right wing side to the left wing side to Taylor Hall. The first shot is blocked, like you said, by Peak, but it's not defended well enough by the Bruins. And the second shot is going to beat Swayman to the glove side from Hall. Yeah, they're getting Korpisalo ready right now.
Korpisalo not on the bench. He's in the tunnel down to our right, or to our left here, and is coming out now to take Jeremy Swayman's place with 11:27 to go in the second period. Swayman 19 saves on 24 shots. Will depart. This is the third time he has been lifted from a game this year.
Jeremy Swayman has gone poof in the last several games. What did I have for you again? I had the numbers for you. He's 0-2, and last night he got a no decision, but he should have, let's face it, gotten the loss there. In his last 3 games, Jeremy Swayman is 0-2 with a 3.7 goals against and an .870 save percentage. And he got yanked again for the third time last year. In his last 5, Swayman 2-2-0, and again, it should be 2-3-0 after last night. 3.35 goals against, .833 save percentage.
In the last 5?
I'm sorry, .883 save percentage in his last 5.
That's brutal.
Brutal.
Last night was bad. That was bad.
It was through the wickets all night long. So he is someone that, like most goalies now, is not cut out to be a workhorse. He's never been a workhorse. He kind of has been thrust into that role here the last month, and I think it's catching up to him. So you better hope you clinch your... I mean, you only got 3 games left. Be nice. Is there a way for them to clinch on Saturday?
I think other things would have to happen between now and then with some of those other teams.
So a win on Saturday and help. You know, I don't know. However you're slicing it, giving him a blow, I think, would be important because he feels like he's the bubble is burst on Swayman right now.
Yeah, look, and just quickly, even that first goal that was the Svechnikov one, right?
Yeah.
That came in from...
I thought that was soft as hell.
From distance. Oh, no.
Off of the skate of Aspero.
Right, so the wraparound.
Yes.
The wrapper. So that was that did go off of Aspero, but still.
Yeah, so I was just going to say that even though that happened,
he didn't really get there.
No, you can't let that go in, and went right through him.
And then the second one was from distance, which he has trouble with, and then it was through the wickets.
Pretty much.
And bye-bye.
He wasn't seeing the puck the whole night.
He needs a reset. Back to your phones. Robert in Arlington. Thanks for hanging on. Robert, what do you got?
Hey, Felger. Thanks for taking my call. So I've watched all of Hagens' Providence games and most of his BC games. He's succeeded on the one thing the Bruins lack is speed. He's got the power play entries like they were nails. But the thing is the physical presence was a little nerve-wracking. He got pushed around by a bunch of those goons in the AHL quite a bit. And he also hasn't played center since the halfway part of the BC, or he's been a wing the whole time in Providence. So I just think that he will help with the speed. I mean, the speed and the entries on the power play, I do think will help on that second unit, especially from his one-timers on the elbow. But, I'm curious. I'm really curious to see how it plays out.
Yeah. Then listen, I'll tell it like it is. If he's good, he's good. If he's not, he's not. I mean, that's just we'll be able to tell, and we'll be able to tell how they use him. But he should absolutely be on the power play. That's a no-brainer. I mean, that's his. You put him in a position to succeed. How about Dennis in the car on the Bees? Yes, Dennis.
So I was actually calling about Pasternak, but
do it.
The Bruins can clinch with the win on Saturday, or they could actually clinch if the Islanders, Red Wings, and Blue Jackets, if they all were to lose on Thursday, they would clinch. But that's not why I was calling.
Okay.
Pasternak, he drives me bananas handling that puck. He's out there on the 5-on-6s sometimes when the other team pulls the goalie.
Yes.
Just icing the puck, shooting it down there willy-nilly. And I was actually listening to a podcast that Jaffe and Raycroft do. And Raycroft actually uttered the words, Pasternak can do whatever he wants for me. I don't care what he does wrong. Which I wanted to go through that screen and just choke him.
I agree. I'm not choking him, but I don't get it. I don't get no one. Why no? And it's not no one because we've gotten some good calls here in the last week or so of people saying, yes, I watch Pasternak. I see what you're talking about, and it drives me nuts. But no one that covers a team on TV I don't hear anyone ever calling out those turnovers.
And no one ever asks about it.
And it's just it's bizarre to me that are you afraid that you're going to upset him? Has the team said we're not talking the Celtics have basically told their media don't ask Joe about the 3-point rate and all this stuff, so they don't do it because the Celtics media just does what the team tells them to. So they don't ask Mazzulla about the. So have the Bruins done that to their media about Pasternak and his turnovers? It's bizarre how it doesn't get covered, and there's some games where it's just so obvious, and I feel like I'm the only one that talks about it. It's weird. Am I in some alternate universe? Is he really good with the puck and he doesn't turn it over and I just am making it up? Or what? I don't, it really baffles me how it's like, I think, one of the most glaring things you can see on a nightly basis with the Bruins, and it just barely gets mentioned. Nuts. How about Fred in Charlestown on Vrabel? Yes, Fred.
Yeah, hi, Mike. Listen, I was just wondering if they found any Coldplay albums out in Arizona.
Everyone's got their jokes. Jason in Brooklyn. Go ahead, Jason.
Hey, boys. Murray, chef's kiss on the Dune place. Oh, my gosh, tremendous. I'm with you guys on this. I wanted to ask, if you're like, I get what you guys are saying. Sometimes you got to show a little leg to get the story. Fine, but why go to this length? You're going way out of the way, and no clandestine sense of the whole thing at all. Why not just go to a private room in a restaurant? No one's going to see you there. It seems to be flaunting like maybe there are bow and arrows in the air. You know, it seems it's not worth the juice is not worth the squeeze. Thanks, fellas.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe the Super Bowl and Vrabel's emergence on the national stage. I mean, he was successful, obviously, in Tennessee, but let's face it, that was a big year for him and the team, and maybe they used to meet like this all the time and no one even noticed.
Could be.
Because they were a little more anonymous. I don't know. I can't answer the question.
I would just think
No, I think that they booked.
You got to put it this way. Like I'm not condoning the behavior, but you got to be smarter than that.
And I think
end of story.
Well, if they were trying to be smarter in terms of their sneakiness, my guess would be they booked the Dewin Hotel 2 hours out of town from where all the meetings were. Was because we'll be out of town. No one's going to notice us because we're not near the focal point of the NFL. Excuse me, over the next week. Turns out they were wrong. I mean, they shouldn't have been doing it in the first place, but what it reeks to me is, let's just go far out. 2 hours away, no one will know.
In the middle of the desert, adults only, couples retreat.
Yep. I do believe someone dropped a dime somewhere.
Definitely.
To use an old phrase. Like, not that anyone's doing that anymore. Somebody let them know, or let the paparazzi know, or whoever.
What was the husband? What's the famous Mazz saying?
Yeah, always look at the spouse.
Yeah.
Final segment.
I mean, again, never mind, go. I just go.
Final segment thoughts, calls, and emails after Murray's update. Go back to the phones for the 5 o'clock hour, Mazz, unless you have a fresh thought for us.
God, no.
Felger and Mazz, 98.5 Sports Hub.
Breaking news. The New York Post spots Patriots coach Mike Vrabel and The Athletic's NFL insider Diana Rossini getting cozy together in Arizona. Today, the New York Post posted photos of the Patriots head coach along with the Athletic's NFL insider getting cozy at a boutique resort together in Arizona. Now, Vrabel and Rossini both told the New York Post that while it may look like something, they actually were both there vacationing with their own set of friends, that they had other friends who just weren't in the picture. Sure.
He's hinted at Vrabel and Rossini in the past, and so I think he's taking a victory lap of sorts on this one. Hard to blame him. Let's zip through some calls, and we'll get to some emails, and then we'll get the hell out of here. Connor in Springfield on the Bruins. Go.
Hey, so the reason we don't give a crap about Pasta is because he's your only 100-point scorer. That's why Raycroft says, I don't care, because he's the only 100-point scorer.
I think it's a horrible attitude. Why can't you be a 100-point scorer and play a little more responsibly?
You can.
Because the only way he gets those points is by being a little more dangerous with the puck.
I don't think he has to. I don't think it's that way at all. I think you can be a high-scoring player and be more responsible with the puck when it matters most. I don't believe you have to accept that to get the other thing out of Pasternak. So I don't believe that one bit.
So that assumes that every point producer is careless with the puck.
Right.
Okay.
I just don't think that's the way that goes. Tom in Revere. Hi, Tom.
Hey, guys. Are we looking at Ime Udoka 2.0 here? I mean, first-year head coach, the Celtics go to the finals, Patriots go to the Super Bowl, young teams trending up, and then the coach can't keep it in his freaking pants. I mean, I hope it doesn't end up like Ime, but
some parallels, but not the big one with Udoka is that it was an office.
It was an underling. It was someone that was in the office.
So again, and let's remember too,
the dynamic's completely different.
It is totally different, and the Celtics are the one that fired him. I mean, it was Organizationally, they said the real story was that he had an affair and they fired him. It's kind of a combo thing. So that the Celtics looked at it and they said, we are deeming it
inappropriate.
Correct.
Inappropriate
And you're
relationship.
out. That's it. If the Celtics had taken a more passive approach and the affair had been with someone outside of the organization, I don't think it would have been as big a deal as it was.
If it was outside the organization, I don't think it would be anything. I mean, are you saying that the Celtics are going to fire anyone who has a relationship outside?
No. So this is what I'm saying is that the inside part of the organization, Vrabel's thing here is outside. They're not the same. They're not the same.
Jake in the suburbs, go.
Yeah, so I'm going to qualify this by saying I'm terrified that the Bruins are going to blow it, and I have tickets on Tuesday, and I'm praying that they're not having a win-or-go-home situation. But I will say there's a little optimism to draw from the Carolina game from an offensive perspective in the sense that I haven't seen the Bruins actually skate in the offensive zone for probably like 4 months. And Carolina, the way they play man-to-man, really forces a team to actually have to move their feet. And I think that's part of the reason why Geeky actually did something. So hopefully the Bruins can watch some film on that and try to figure out how to translate movement in the offensive zone into future games.
Okay. I think Geeky was just due, and they come in bunches with him, and so that's what happened, I think.
Well, for sure. The thing was going to pop sooner or later. I didn't expect 3.
Marco and Walpole. Go ahead, Marco.
Hey, I was going to ask about where you guys think Hagens is going to land in the lineup, but I'd rather talk about our first-round matchup. It looks like Lightning, Sabres, and Canadians are all tied with 102 points. Personally, I think if we play the Sabres, we have a chance out of the first round, but Lightning and Canadians are going to smoke us. What do you guys think?
I think you're big underdogs against all 3.
Yep.
And
take Buffalo.
All 3 are better, but I would take my chances with Buffalo before those other 2, yes. But
yeah, I would too.
You should lose all 3 of them. Go ahead.
But for buzz and historical factor and for the juice of it, wouldn't you want Montreal?
Of course.
That'd be fun.
Always box office.
Yeah, and the word at the beginning with Hagens was third line, right? Third line left wing.
Yeah. Well, there's a spot where that Reichel had been playing, and sometimes it's Steve. Now they've mixed up the lines again. They put Geeky back with Pastrnak and Lindholm. So they've mixed those up a little bit. But listen, part of my rationale with not needing to say Hagens was never where would you play him. You got enough marginal floaters in that lineup that someone can take a seat. I'm not worried about that. I'm not worried about one of those guys losing their ice time.
Where would we put him?
Jim in New Hampshire. Hi, Jim.
Hey, yeah, hi. On the Bruins, they have a lack of discipline. They don't forecheck, back check, and they only play 40 minutes a game.
It's a bad combination.
What are your thoughts?
My thoughts are they also handle pressure poorly, which is why a team like Carolina, when they just turn up the volume, turn up the speed, you are dead ducks.
Yep.
And so I think all those things are generally true. But I also think they're mostly getting just about the most out of their roster. They don't have a great roster. So this is that's what you're going to get. You get some spotty play because it's kind of a spotty lineup.
I have come to like the Mazz line.
Which is the Mazz line?
Middlestat, Arvidsson, Zaka.
It's been their best line all year.
Mazz line.
Sean and Marlboro. Go ahead, Sean.
Hey, want to talk about the Bruins, but really quick, who cares about this whole Vrabel thing? Unless his life falls apart and he can't coach, who cares? He's an adult. Just leave. Who cares? But on the Bruins, I'm not an expert on hockey contracts. I think I remember a couple of years ago they signed, I think it was McAvoy, at the end of the season, and it counted as one of the years. Does this 3-year contract, does this count? Are they literally burning a whole year for no reason?
Correct.
That seems like the absolute dumbest thing you could do.
So listen, it's part of my calculation. The cap in the NHL is real. It's the only real cap there is in sports. And the money does matter. And you've burned a year, and I doubt he's ready. But then again, the counter to this is that if he's not any good, you're not going to pay him anyway. You know what I mean?
Of course. Yeah, of course.
It's so it's kind of a double-edged sword on that, but I'm one of the few that don't need to see him.
Well, the other thing the caller's missing is that just about every high pick is getting this now.
Well, so this is what I guess you did miss, is that it's not really the team's choice anymore. It's kind of a condition of being drafted or being signed or being part of the organization. The teams are giving into the players on this and burning the year whether the kid's ready or not. So the Bruins are just doing business as business is being done, apparently. Justin and Randolph. What do you got, Justin?
Hey, long-time listener, first-time caller. Just talking about the whole Vrabel situation we got going on. I get it. It's another Pat scandal in the playoffs. But does this mean we're back? As if something like this happened with Vrabel, nobody bats an eye. Or with Mayo, sorry. With Mayo, nobody bats an eye. Vrabel's out there. It's front-page news on the New York Post. Does this mean the Pats are back up there as the prominent team in the AFC?
Yes, you're truly back.
Yeah, they're coming to get us.
Doing, chewing, screwing, cheating. Yes, you're back for the full thing.
Lying.
Listen, own it. Let's own it, right?
The bad boys of the NFL.
Let's do some emails, shall we, please?
Yeah, we're doing.
It's the Coleman Electric email of the day.
Winning.
Dear Felger, I really hate you. And I think Mazz is a bull. It's electric. The Coleman Electric email of the day. It's electric. Send yours to Felger at 985thesportshub.com.
Email today brought to you by Coleman Electric, a bunch of really good electricians helping homeowners like you. When you need an electrician, you want to call Coleman.
It's electric.
Because it is electric. KUHLMAN. Been pushing out the Generac. They're a Generac dealer. So you want a generator for your house to protect against winter storms, summer storms. Coleman Electric, once again, the company you want to call for that as well. Adam writes in, whoever took the pool pics told a real photographer who took the better pics on the rooftop. So you guys talking about this earlier, you're convinced that those rooftop pics were telephoto, lens, whatever they call them, like professional grade photography?
I'm going by the word of my buddy who is a semi-professional photographer and uses high-end equipment. He said those ones, especially the ones where they're holding hands atop the rooftop, those are high-end. Those were taken with high-end equipment.
And that leads you to believe that he might have been set up.
Yeah. Tipped off. Someone was tipped off.
Set up, and might be someone out to expose him and Rossini.
Yeah.
The Jets, the Dolphins.
So who did it? Subject line from Brandon. Did John Henry make a call? Red Sox getting ripped apart. Henry getting called out. Convenient time for a Patriot scandal to come out again. I don't think it was John Henry.
Deep throat.
Kyle writes.
Now that you mention it, though, did the Globe have a photographer at the owners' meetings?
Kyle writes in, it's obvious who hired the spy. Felger, while it's fun to think about coaches and personnel from other teams hiring a spy to expose Vrabel, it's pretty obvious who the actual culprit is. Who else would be so vindictive as to spy and expose a petty thing like this from a former coach of the same team who has a younger counterpart who is obsessed with public image and drama? Yep, this has Belichick written all over it.
I concur.
I'll show them.
Larry in New Hampshire agrees. I can't believe you guys haven't come up with it yet. It's Bill B.
Hey, I wouldn't rule it out.
I would. Subject line, Grizzly Bear in the studio. Clayton writes in, please tell Grizzly Bear in the studio to stop breathing and grumbling into the microphone. Not easy on the ears, almost as bad as Squeaky Mazz. Clay, who do you think he's referring to?
Got to be Murray.
It's not.
It is.
When I don't talk, I turn the mic off.
Clay follows up, Murray breathing. Is Murray having a panic attack? Why is he huffing into the microphone? Definitely not just breathing.
It's definitely not me.
And it's nose breathing on top of it.
It's not.
It's like I can hear the air whistling through your nose hairs.
You can't hear it.
Yes, I can.
I think that's a crock.
Alex writes in, get a dictionary, Nimrods. Ambiente means environment, not ambience.
No, ambience is environment, you jackass. It's the same essential. It's the ambience in a restaurant is the ambiance is the environment you're in. That's what it means.
The name
it's
of
a
the
loose translation, but it's the same concept.
The name of that hotel is a made-up word by some marketing dork.
Sorry, why'd you crumple it up?
I'm not. I'm just. He said you don't know what it means, but apparently you do.
I know what it means,
and he doesn't. Subject line, Vrabel body language. Mark writes in, Mike, I'm not saying this is appropriate, but the body language in the hug doesn't look like that the two crazy kids are making hot love. Look at the hug. His fists are closed and he's leaning back. The scenario looks like an Italian girl mom like saying, hey, and Rossini grabbing his hands and did the let me look at you thing. Like I get it. I know what he means. No doubt there is scandal, maybe even a less exciting, but I don't think there is any sexual chemistry there. Also, I would get the private bungalow if I was rich and it meant privacy. The look is terrible, but they're not banging. Mark from Orlando.
No sexual chemistry there, huh?
I don't think there's any. I don't know what they're doing. I just know Vrabel's not driving 4 hours through the desert to hang with the gals on the hiking trip.
How could he possibly?
That ain't happening.
How could he possibly tell that, or she, from one photo?
He's doing what we're all doing. We're all just picking away at the story because it's fun.
Okay, but did I say anything about sexual energy being in the photo?
I don't think you did.
Okay.
He's just claiming there was none.
Okay, and he would know because how?
I just read the email, Mazz. So maybe he's right, maybe he's not. I don't know.
Literally a snapshot of an exchange between people who might have been there for an hour, for all we know. So how could he possibly know whether there was any sexual
If that was your wife up there in that picture, would you look at it and go,
uh-oh?
No. Would you go, no, this is cool.
No.
There's no sexual energy there.
No, I would not look at it that way. No,
you'd call a lawyer.
You damn straight.
Exactly.
You're getting plowed by the coach.
Final word comes your way right now.
That's one way to put it.
here.
Now on Felger and Mazz.
It's the final
word. Recapping this 4-hour show in 4 minutes, which leads to the question, does it really need to be 4 hours long?
No. Hey, listen, real quick, off-air show. Returns tonight, myself and Big Jim Murray. Join us tonight for the off-air show on 98.5 The Sports Hub, the YouTube channel. The off-air show is presented by the original light beer, Miller Lite, legendary stories, and the off-air show. Start with the light. Here's to just over 50 years of Miller time. That's the off-air show coming shortly after 6 o'clock. Now we have the final word, Murray, right?
Which is brought to you by Town Fair Tire. If you are looking for the best deal on tires, there is only one place to go, and that is Town Fair Tire. The best prices and great free services. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody. So tomorrow, Thursday, the day that we actually do Mazz's Tears, today is the day that we, turns out, to bicker about Mazz's Tears.
Dave in Connecticut. Go, Dave.
Good afternoon, guys. Thanks for taking my call. Listening to you talking about Vrabel makes me go back in time. Wade Boggs and Margot Adams.
You know what? Not bad tears.
Oh, yeah, good one. We've done that, I think.
What?
Yeah, you know what?
Yeah.
There was some form of it.
Yeah,
What did we call it? What was it exactly?
I don't remember, but we can come up.
Let's do it again.
No, sure. I don't
remember it.
Yeah, no.
Trysts, something along those
Side
lines.
pieces? Come on.
No, like Canseco and Madonna.
Sex
Remember
scandals?
A-Rod and Madonna.
What
we did those.
No, we didn't.
Yes, we did.
No, we didn't.
No, we're going to do them anyway.
We did, but we'll do them again.
Listen, we did them. It doesn't mean we can't do them again. We definitely did
What do we call it?
I don't know. Let me look it up.
Sports celebrity side piece.
Doing duos. I don't know. Video let us do the graphic.
We're going to come up with that. That's got to be tears.
Doing duos.
So that's what.
Yeah, we did. We did it. No, we did it.
That's what we actually settled on, though. Tomorrow's tears.
Doing duos.
Side pieces, doing duos, etc. Yes.
Okay.
Sports doing duos. Are we up to it?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, we're going to have to choose carefully.
I mean, these aren't relationships. It's
No, these are doing.
Just make sure it's the ones that are kind of confirmed by the internet.
Well, no, that's right. Yeah,
not the ones that we've heard about.
Yeah, no, I know. That's the danger zone.
We're going to miss out on all the fun with that, obviously.
Well, I know. Yeah, we miss out on a lot.
Let's do it again.
No, sure. I
don't remember it.
Yeah, no.
Trysts, something along those
side
lines.
pieces. Come on.
No, like Canseco and Madonna.
Sex scandals.
A-Rod and Madonna.
What
we did those.
No, we didn't.
Yes, we did.
No, we didn't.
No, we're going to do them anyway.
We did, but we'll do them again.
Listen, we did them.
Some high-level bickering there.
We did them. No, we did.
Here comes the baseball.
We did those.
No, we didn't.
Yes, we did.
No, we didn't.
No, we're going to do them
think
anyway.
we did, but we'll do them again.
Listen, we did them.
Mazz, what do you got in the baseball hour?
Red Sox have finally won a series. How about that? 4-8 now. Let's throw a parade. Jared Carabas will be joining us.
Carabas!
But I will tell you, there are things to be optimistic about and things to be pessimistic about. We'll get to those with Jared.
Okay, here comes Mazz after a word from our sponsors. Again, Murray and I over on our YouTube channel for the off-air show. We're back at it tomorrow at 2 for Mazz's Tears and more. Talk to you then.
See you.
Bye.